So we start the fourth one. Again, there's going to be more wrestling in this one because it's half and half, this magazine, which, yeah, I love the style of this magazine. It's an old school magazine. But again, we're going to finish here. Charlie White, cracking fighter. And again, White fought them all. Apatow, Johnny Dundee, Jack Britton. I mean, just them names, the amount of people they fought also. Johnny Kilbane. Apatow and Johnny Kilbane held up the title for about 25 years between them, near enough. You got Richie Mitchell, he fought. Charlie White fought all these. Matt Wells, Rocky Kansas, Owen Moran from Birmingham, England. Fight of a Temper, Willie Jackson. Yeah. So we go into the wrestling part. So again, the picture there, Fred Curry, the roaring rampaging bull. So again, that's what I quite like about this. It splits it up. What it's about, Fred Curry. And the Bullets, the Polish champ, Joey Rocky, Baranowski. So he's against Joey Rocky Baranowski, feeling the impact. Picture there. And he left a skull popping headlock. Against football star Les Ryan there, putting him through the mill. And the ladies wrestling, you got Mildred Burke there. Elvira Snodgrass. Elvira Snodgrass and Mildred Burke. Classic double barrel names. Then you got Primo Carnera. So the Ambling Alp at Primo Carnera. Again, he did actually travel with a circus. Yeah, so he did travel with a circus, and apparently he could actually wrestle. You know, not just to show stuff. Like I said, they always had a shoot fighter. They called a shoot fighter within the cart phase of the pretend wrestling. But apparently he won obviously the world boxing title against Jack Sharkey. He had a few organised fights though, definitely works. But you know, he wasn't a bad champion, and he definitely did beat Sharkey. There was no fix there in my opinion. But yeah, and obviously he died of polio later on. The Ambling Alp. At that time, he was one of the biggest champions. Him and Jess Willard, another fighter from the 20s. But he was wrestling, and he won the wrestling world title, the show wrestle world title, and the boxing title. So I think he was the only one to do that. But like I say, he could actually do a bit. And he was in a film with Max Baer. He fought Max Baer in the ring. Got put down so many times. It was about 11 times. And yeah, he had to retire. His corner didn't throw in the towel. Thought it was bad. But brave guy. But he was wrestling. Back to wrestling. So Juan Montana, the bearded man mounting, and Ben Sharp there. Whipper Watson with Aussie Fred Atkins. Putting a hold there. Haddock Jimmy or Naked Stranglehold there. It's called the judo chop there, which is obviously known to do a judo. It's karate. But again, judo chop, Jack Terry forces Jack Kisser over the ropes. Then you got Gino Garibaldi clamps a double toe hold on Danny Pleachus. The West Coast, Rising Star of the West Coast, Ricky Dozen against one of the Sharp brothers, Big Ben. Costello there, heaves Matt McGill. In the Malkowicz promotions, Al Costello heaves Pat McGill across the canvas for the body slam. Eric Muscles Pedersen is hitting the jaw, looks like an up kick by Jack Britton. Obviously there's not Jack Britton the boxer, who's who of boxing, Jack Britton. There was a Jack Britton who fought fought everyone pretty much, and yeah, had many fights with a British fighter. Jack Britton there, but not the same Jack Britton, obviously. And you've got this one, midget wrestling. So you got Tuffy McRae and Fuzzy Cupid. And then Buddy Rogers, split head of Johnny Valentine. So Johnny Valentine and Buddy Rogers. And Ted Kid Lewis I was trying to think of. Jack Britton fought many times. But again, like I say, that other Jack Britton wasn't the same one. He's a wrestling version. Man of the Month, Rito Romero, Mexican Star, the Pacific Coast, and Ruth Boat Calais. Yeah, let's whiz through this. So you got the Great Togo here, all sorts going on. Then you got Ruffy Silverstone, one of the brightest stars in wrestling at this time. And Johnny Valentine there, and Silverstone. Ruffy Silverstone and Johnny Valentine. Buddy Rogers there, got a few people in there he fought. We're going to go for here. So, the Black Panther, Jim Mitchell, one of the greatest coloured grapplers in the game. A terrific draw, says there, and yeah, the famous Scissors King, Joe Stetcher, who was right at the end of that golden era. You had like Farmer Burns, who was Martin Farmer Burns. He got the name. He in the real old wrestling matches, the real ones, not the show ones like this. And Farmer Burns would train Jim Jeffries in the boxing. Yeah. But so obviously he was a very good fitness guy you want on your side, a bit like William Muldoon, who would he was a Greco-Roman champion who helped John L. Sullivan with his conditioning, stuff like that. But yeah, Joe Stetcher. It was the end of that era base. He had like Martin Burns, Then you had the Turk, or the Ed Strangler Lewis, Ishmael the Turk. There was quite a few different ones. Hackenschmidt, Frank Gotch, the best known one, beating Hackenschmidt twice, and Dan McLeod. Quite a few in that lineage. But again, Joe Stecher was given the real World Wrestling Champion status by Frank Gotch. He proclaimed him right at the end. But that was the last of the sort of real lot there in that golden era. And then it was on to this show wrestling he's doing here, obviously. Bang. That's the end of that one.